Rob Booker, best-selling author of Adventures of a Currency Trader and Trading by Faith. Very excited to spend some time with you today. And once again, we're going to talk about the magic of small gains. I'm very excited to be here. Welcome to all of you that are here. Happy to have you along for the ride. I'm Rob Booker. If you don't know me, if you've not met me before, I am the author of Adventures of a Currency Trader and the best-selling author of Trading by Faith. And today we're going to talk about the magic of small gains. It occurs to me that one of the great fallacies or the great lies that we tell ourselves when we begin our journey as a trader is that we need to make a certain amount of money in order to be successful or to even consider ourselves successful, and that we have some number in mind that we need to make. And that's absolutely and completely false. In fact, it's so absolutely and completely false that I want to do a presentation about it today. So let's take a look at my screen here. Glad to have you along for the ride. Welcome. All right, let's consider that most traders start with small accounts. You know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. You know, in some cases you start with $10,000, but that's a little bit more rare these days. But let's consider that any human being with a job and with a brain can save $10,000. And if you can't do that, then you can save one of the smaller amounts that we talked about. And we think that our goal is to trade for a living, TFL, from this initial small trading account. Your goal isn't to double your account or trade for a living. Your goal is to be profitable. That's pure genius. Now, my other instructor and friend, Hedemias, said yesterday on the phone to me, he goes, you know, the problem that most traders have isn't the problem they think they have. The problem is the way they think about their problems. And if you consider this for just a moment, you consider this idea that the problem isn't that we have a small trading account. That's not a problem. That's not the problem. That's not the issue. The problem isn't that we don't know how to double our trading account in a week. That's not the problem either. The problem is the way that we keep thinking about our trading problems. So we think that our problem is a small trading account, when in reality, our problem is that we don't consider the power of small gains. Or in other words, the way that we're approaching the goal. And that's what I want to talk about today. So I've made this spreadsheet. Now what I have going on here, let's see if I can do a picture-in-picture. Check mark yes. Preview to program. There we go. So now, hi everybody. I'm inside of a spreadsheet. And I'm going to move this over here so it doesn't interrupt the program. Then we'll go from here. All right, so I've built a spreadsheet. And what I want to do is talk about the power of really small gains. Let's say you're starting with a $10,000 trading account. And let's say your annual gain is 10%. After year one, you have $11,000. And most people would look at this $11,000. And most people would say, that's a failure. That's what most traders would say. Most discussion board users and so forth, they would say that's a failure. And it's not. It's a massive success. It's a giant success. Any kind of profitability beats 99% of all traders. Okay, fine. So let's say that instead of 10% a year, let's say you make 20% a year, and at the end of the first year, you have $12,000. Most traders would consider this a total failure. That's, you know, once again, most people would consider that a total failure, and it's not. It's a giant success because most people are losing not just some of their money. Most people are losing all of their money. Remember that. Most people are losing not some of their trading account. Most people that start out in the world of trading are losing 100% of their trading capital. Most traders lose 90% of their account within 90 days. And way before their 90th trade. Okay, let's say you make 30% a year, you get to a $13,000 balance. And then let's say that you get to a $14,000 account balance by doing a 40% gain. This, my friends, is a difficult number to achieve, but it's not impossible. And I want to talk to you about that number today. I want to talk to you about this 40% number. The 40% Club is a group of people striving to achieve a little bit less than a 1% gain per week. In fact, 0.67%. That is less than 1% per week. That's all covered up by my it's all covered up by my face on here on the live presentation. So weekly gain, 0.67%. That is less than 1% per week. That's not very much. In fact, 1% of $10,000 would, of course, be carry the 1 divided by 2. The bunny goes around the hole, and the rabbit. That's $67 on a $10,000 account. On a $1,000 account, that would be $6.70. On a $100 account, that would be 67 cents. Now, most people would call this a giant fail. Most people would call those numbers ridiculous. If you went to a trading conference and you said, I made $67 this week. Most people would be ashamed of themselves. They'd be like, they'd say, how much you make, Bob? $67. What was that, Bob? How much did you make? It's just $67. And you wouldn't want to even answer. You wouldn't even want to talk about it. Here's what happens when you make a little bit less than 1% a week for 52 weeks. You have 10,000, then you have 10,067, 10,133. In week 37, you have 12,695. And at the end of 52 weeks, which last I checked was the number of weeks in a year, you have $14,022, or about 40% gain. Now, on $4,000 of a gain, once again, no one's going to throw you a party. There will not be a parade in your hometown for you. They will not serve you free drinks in your local bar. They don't care. No one cares. You will be completely off the map, but you will have done it. You will have achieved this by making less than 1% per week. Less than 1% per week. That's pretty achievable. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. Trading involves a substantial risk of loss. It's not suitable for all people. But even accounting for weeks where you don't do as well and weeks where you do a little bit better, that's doable. I mean, that's really doable. I got my Honeymoon Finch trading account open right here. And $18 today, $8 yesterday, $27 the day before, $2.63 before that, and so forth. And for the month, 1.43%. By the end of this month, I'll probably have done about 3%. I talk about this all the time. I'm looking up at it right there. Hey, monthly gain of 1.43%. Good job. All right. No one's throwing me a party for that. I probably take a lot of flack for that. People probably think that's no big deal. Here's what 40% in a year does in the first year. $14,000. So let's bring this over here, get rid of my picture so that you don't have to look at me when we're doing this. All right, and then we'll scroll over a bit. Here's what happens. In the first 12 months, you've done something that no one will care about and doesn't seem like a big deal. You'll be up to $14,000. The next year after that, you'll be up to $19,600. Once again, nobody's going to care. That's 2 years, and it doesn't seem like you've done anything. But you've made 40% 2 years in a row. And I'm guessing that if you can do 40% 2 years in a row with a minimal amount of drawdown, people will be throwing money at you to manage. Oh, you don't want to be regulated? You want to get that all set up? You could, if you live outside the United States, do something like DarwinX or a social trading platform. You could do trade copying. in the United States. You can get yourself regulated in the United States. If you can do 13% 2 years in a row, that's godlike. Most people don't realize that, but any amount of gain done consistently is like you have climbed Mount Olympus and stolen fire and lightning from the gods, plus Athena's head wreath. You've done it all at that point. Okay, back to the spreadsheet. In year 3, you make 40%, and now you're up to $27,440. You're in 3 years, and all of your other friends have lost all of their money. They've given up completely, and you're still compounding your gains. You have your original 10 intact, of course. You could even take that out of the account. You've probably, if you've put any amount of effort in it whatsoever, through trade copying or social trading platforms, you've probably had money thrown at you. Year 4, you're at 38,000. Year 5, you're at 53. Year 6, you're at 75. And year 7, you're at 105. In year 8, you're going to be at like 140. I don't know what you're going to be at. Year 8, you're going to make $47,000. I mean, if you extrapolate this, if you're willing to do something difficult for 10 years, in year 10, your $10,000 has grown to $289,000. And you've made less than 1% a week. And in that last year alone, your 9th and 10th year, you've made $80,000. Okay, is this practical? Is it doable? Is it even possible? Well, it's a lot more possible than thinking about doubling one's account within 1 month. Isn't it, though? Now, maybe you can't do 40%. Maybe that is a goal that's too difficult to achieve. Here's how you get up to any number that's really good. First thing that you do is you make $1 on any account. You have a $10,000 account, you make $1. You have a $20,000 account, you make $1. On a $100 account, you make $1. You make $1 in a week, and you keep it. And then for the next 4 weeks, you make $1. Then you go 4 weeks after that, and you make $2. And you stop. As soon as you made that $1 or $2, you stop. I don't care if you have a $100,000 trading account. You're not excluded from this group of people. Doesn't matter. I don't care if it doesn't matter. You make $1 a week for 4 weeks, you make $2 a week for 4 weeks. And now what you've done in 8 weeks is you've done what no other trader during that time has done. What 99% of traders haven't done. And that is made money and kept it. You've become a profitable trader. You've turned pro, even though you've made $12 in 8 weeks. Most people would throw their computer out the window. You probably wouldn't throw yourself out the window. But anyway, most people wouldn't. It's nothing to brag about. It is to me. It's definitely something to brag about as far as I'm concerned. If you can hold on to profit for a month, for a week, for 2 months, you've turned pro. Let it sink in. Think about it. That's a professional. Now, if you have made that $12, you know how to make, no big deal. That's stupid. That's easy. Making $1 is easy. You know how to keep your profits. This is difficult. Keeping your profits means that you didn't take any big risks. It means you stopped trading when you were ahead. You can do that. You can grow it. Then you go then to $3 a week, $4 a week, $5 a week. And you grow that until you're doing a little bit less than 1% per week. And if your goal is to keep it, you don't care if you don't reach your goal or not. Some weeks you might make that $67 or whatever. Some weeks you won't. but you're never going to take or accept a giant loss. You're never going to hold on to some losing trade that just crushes you and whatever. You get it? I'm sure you do. I'm not saying that trading is easy. I'm saying that trading can be easier. I'm saying that it requires less effort to do it this way. Fewer trading days, fewer things to worry about, fewer problems, way fewer headaches. All because you have a more modest, easily achievable weekly goal that starts with $1. Anyway, I'm Rob Booker. My only invitation to you is to subscribe to the YouTube channel. In the description below this video, you can subscribe to the channel by clicking on that link. I love you all. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Bye for now. Hey, it's Rob Booker, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more great content and you're on the Booker Wealth site, go to the bottom right of this page and just watch more videos. I got a ton of them. Or if you're on the YouTube channel, just hit that subscribe button and the bell, and I'll let you know when I make new content. I love you all. Have the best day ever.